Hey guys, how's it going? It's Clarissa with That Dumb Movie Show, and I guess I have to start this video with an apology because I don't know if you can hear all the music in the background. As I said in my last video where it also happened, I live right next to a beach, and that means having to listen to a lot of mediocre cover bands. But the film that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is Skate Kitchen, and I want to dive straight into the background on this one. It's directed by Crystal Moselle, whose first film was the documentary The Wolf Pack, but this is her first shift into narrative feature film, but it's drawing heavily on the experiences of its cast, and its cast is the actual Skate Kitchen, which is a real skateboarding collective. And in fact, it's an all-female skateboarding collective. So what Moselle did here was that she would give each of the girls their own fictional character, their own fictional narrative, but it still got that semi-documentary feel to it. You know, you could easily assume that most of the scenes were improvised, even though what actually happened is that Moselle would listen in on the conversations between the girls and then collate those moments together into a scripted scene. But I think the cast themselves really contribute a lot in keeping that sense of authenticity. Their performances are incredibly grounded, and so Skate Kitchen really ends up in that mold of the classic hangout coming of age movie. The film's narrative focuses on Camille, played by Rochelle Vinberg, who's a Long Island girl, but she gets a pretty gnarly skateboarding injury. Her mother completely freaks out, forbids her from ever skateboarding again, but like, she can't resist. It's her soul, it's her passion, and so she's been watching these girls on Instagram who are all incredible skateboarders and decides to take the train into New York City to check them out in secret. But I think what surprised me the most about Skate Kitchen is how melancholic it can be, and I don't mean strictly sad, I mean more somber, more reflective. It's not this straight story of she found where she belonged, but her strict mom said no, so she's gotta prove her wrong. You know, there are moments where she really does feel at peace with the Skate Kitchen girls, but there are moments also where she feels isolated. She's not as sexually active as the other girls, she's a little bit more shy, a little bit more reserved, and so yeah, this film is about finding your pack, but it's also a reminder that finding your pack is never an easy journey. You gotta work for it, and I think that's a level of nuance that you're not really used to seeing in coming-of-age movies. One of the tensions of the film is this fracture in the group caused by Camille's crush on this dude, played by Jaden Smith, who's part of a crew of boys that the Skate Kitchen girls absolutely hate, and so obviously she is socially forbidden from going anywhere near him, and I get it, that sounds kind of like a cliche, but you know, one of the dumb things about being a teenager is that we do make all the same mistakes, we have the same stupid obsessions, we get these unrequited crushes that feel like the end of the world. I mean, guilty. The other thing is that the first professional female skateboarder was in like 1998, which relatively was not that long ago, and so the real Skate Kitchen still feels like it's on the frontier of something, and the girls in this movie, they have this group of nemesis dudes that just dismiss them, will not just give them the space to exist, and so one of the girls, Kurt, played by Nina Moran, is constantly getting into fights with their leader because she is pushing back against them. She's saying, bro, let us be, give us that space. And I think that's just such a nuanced, truthful representation of what it's like to be a young woman today. I mean, I'm obviously a little bit older than these girls, but I still really relate to that feeling that you do have to be a little bit forceful. You really have to stand your ground, otherwise dudes will completely lawnmower over you. It happens when these girls skate. It happens to me when I talk about film sometimes. And this film is just very good at reflecting that pedestrian experience of being a woman. I mean, they talk about gaslighting, they talk about toxic shock syndrome, they have a conversation about the Mandela effect, which doesn't jump to mind when you're writing a screenplay, but they're pretty normal things to talk about. So I think Skate Kitchen is a really interesting film if you just want a good hangout movie that feels very grounded in the lives of its subjects. But if you've had a chance to see Skate Kitchen, I would love to know what you guys thought. You can let me know down in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter, details down in that description box. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can hang out and talk about movies. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!